Hi, Travis here, and welcome back to our adventures in Azeroth. Last episode, we slayed some bats and got some worm meat for Tyrion forging. And then we came back, we refilled our bullets, and cleaned up our bags a little bit. Oh, who's fighting over here? Shadowy assassin! Get out of here. Wonder what they're doing here. But yeah, we need to fly back and then make a trip over to Tyrion again. I think this episode we may just stay there. This is a pretty far trip, all the way from South Shore to Eastern Plaguelands. But yeah, we'll get to see what Tyrion's all about today. He's going to probably tell us what's going on after we finish up this slab of Carrion worm meat quest. We have to collect 7 more. So that shouldn't take too long. And then we'll get to start that quest chain that I'm kind of worried about. I don't know if we'll be able to do it, but we'll try to go as far as we can. If we run into some trouble, then we can just hopefully group up with somebody. But I've been enjoying the Plaguelands. They've been fun. I don't know how much longer we'll stay here. There are a decent amount of quests to do in EPL. Alright, so here we are. We're going to land. And let's make our way out of here, and we'll head over to Tyrion. Yeah, I'm really enjoying classic SOM. I like the hardcore. I really like it. I like how it puts you on edge a bit while you're playing the game. Not many games do that. Well, not many game modes do that, I should say. Like, it's more chill when you're just leveling. You know that if you die, it's okay. If I was playing right now and we were almost 60 and I was level 56 and I had to make sure I didn't die, like, it would be so nerve-wracking. All the hours put in, and then you can just die at any moment. Yeah, I think WoW's in a good spot right now. It's much better than it was, like, so much better than it was. Even, I'd even say 2 years ago in class. Like, even though that was, like, a really hype time, and it was probably one of the best times in WoW since, probably since Wrath of the Lich King. I would still say, like, right now is pretty good because we have TBC, we have classic SOM, and then we have retail. That's like so much content. And I honestly think classic's better now. It's like a better version of the game. There's no layering for now. I don't think there will be layering. There's like a solid hardcore community, which is just adds so much more to the game. It's really, it's cool how the game just keeps building over time. And it's mostly due to the player base. The player base really adds a lot to the game. Really interested to see where WoW's at in the next, like, 5 years. Like, will there be, like, Wrath of the Lich King, SO Season of Mastery, TBC Season of Mastery, Classic Season, like all these games that you could just play. It's kind of wild. One thing I know is you can't keep up with all of it. That's for sure. Like, it's just too much content. It's a little ridiculous, must say. But I am happy with the Classic right now. Enjoying Classic. Enjoying TBC too. Alright, so here we are. We need to go up, I guess we'll go around first. And then we'll make our way up. Actually, we can just find worms. There's like no point in me going up there. Yeah, we'll just go find some worms, and then we'll make our way back. Yeah, I'm interested to see what's going on with 9.2. Supposedly, the jailer is going to reveal what his plan is in that patch. And people have been data mining it, but I don't know if any leaks have came out yet. What's that over there? Oh, 57 shaman. Doing the same quest as me. I'm having trouble finding these worms. I wonder if you can track them. Yeah, you can. Tracking them right now. They're considered beasts. It's kind of weird. I wouldn't really consider these worms beasts. I consider them insects. They're larvae, pretty much. You know what I mean? They're just giant larvae. I wonder if they'll ever come out with like a StarCraft 3. Probably not for a long time. Or ever. Helping me out. It's a nice shaman.
Thank you.
Yeah, let him have that one, I guess. There's a lot around here. Oh, actually, there isn't that much. I wonder if she left the grub alone. It's the only thing I really want to fight is the grub. I think she's more in it for the bats. Thank you. Wow, we're getting, not getting any meat. One thing I think is going to be kind of weird for people is doing Nax again when Wrath's most likely going to come out. And then people are going to have to do Nax again. And I think Wrath will probably be out in like, I don't know, a year and a half, 2 years time, probably, right? Probably even shorter than that. I wonder how much longer TBC has. We're only on the second phase, and there's, what, 5 phases? Hasn't even been close to, kind of close to a year. Not really. Yeah, it's not really close to a year. So we got some time. Another grub. Get him. Alright, someone got aggro. There we go. Didn't get anything there. We're getting the tough rolls today. I swear they were dropping way more last episode. But yeah, I hope we get a cool new story in retail. I really do. Be cool if they reset it. It would be. It would be awesome. I don't know what they would do. Like, they couldn't really go back. They could go back to Classic. That'd be kind of weird, though. I don't think that would work too well. So I don't know how you fit Demon Hunters and Pandas, and all these other classes in the Classic. Death Knights. That'd be kind of interesting. If you have, like, Demon Hunters and Death Knights and Monks in Classic. Never mind. Oh no, we got a big bat coming. Oh, there he's gone. I think Demon Hunters would be amazing in Classic. There's so many fights where you want to grip mobs in, especially in raids. And just grip stuff away. They'd be amazing tanks too. I think those classes would be a little too OP in Classic, to be honest. Would be fun to see though. They have this WoW private server where you can like pick different abilities. Like you're not really a class. You can be like a shadow mage or like a magic knight or something. I guess I don't know if I'm saying it correctly, but you can pretty much dive into any talent tree and just create any class you want to be. And it's kind of interesting. Watch some YouTube videos about it. I never played a private server though ever. Kind of stay away from it because of I just don't trust the private servers. I always think they're going to, you know, they could just shut down at any moment. You lose your character. But it will be interesting to see what Blizzard does with all these seasonal characters now. Hopefully they do something with them because people get connected to their characters and they would probably want to keep them. And it is kind of lame if you like put in all this work and you know you can't even have them in the classic era realms, even though those realms are kind of not that populated. I didn't pay for any of my old classic characters, so they're there, but I haven't purchased the ability to play them. I think it's kind of lame that you got to do that. I don't know if this was true though, but back in the 2019 Classic, supposedly if you leveled to 60, they would give you a retail character, like a retail, like boosted character. I don't know if that was just a rumor. It probably was. It'd be nice if Blizzard just did some cool stuff sometimes. Like, yeah, don't worry about it. Just here's a server for you to play your guy. I think more people would play Classic Era if they didn't have to pay. I think that's why Classic Era is pretty much dead, because people have to pay money to play the character that they leveled themselves. How ridiculous is that? It's ridiculous. All that time and effort they put in, Blizzard just goes, yeah, sorry. You gotta pay for it. And all it is a server transfer. They just copy one character and put him on another server. Like, we're already paying monthly for the game. We're buying the games as well. There's also tons of people buying like micro transactions and stuff like that. They also sell gold. Blizzard probably makes so much money off WoW. It's probably ridiculous. And the funny thing is, like, the selling of gold allows people to, like, sell carries for gold. Which I don't think is a bad thing. Like, it's fine. People can spend their money any way they want. But Blizzard is literally selling carries now. That's kind of what that means. Like, if you want to get, you know, Gladiator or like 2200 plus in Arena, you know, Blizzard's got a thing for you. You just buy gold. Same thing if you want to finish a Mythic Raid. Get the, you know, the cutting edge title. Just buy gold. It's all under 110. And the player gets nothing out of it. Not one thing. That kind of bugs me. We just end up having to pay more money. Which is why I think it should have been free. Like, they should just give us stuff sometimes. And they do. Like, if you're a 6-month sub, which is ridiculous, they sometimes give you something from the cosmetic store. Or a mount here and there. It's, I don't know. I think they could give you something more than that. Maybe like a free month sometimes. But they do drop some stuff on the people who... They really only do drops for people who are sub for 6 months. That's it. I think that's going to change. I think the era of companies just, you know... I wouldn't say they were, like, abusing the player base, but... you know, just not giving back enough. I think we're going to start seeing a lot of smaller companies that give a lot back to their players. But what WoW has is that they're just a giant mountain of content, and that makes them ahead of like a lot of MMOs. I don't know. We'll see what happens this decade. If it's 2030, guys, and WoW is still like in the top 3, I'll be impressed. I'm guessing by 2030, there's 3 MMOs that's probably beaten, or that are ahead in WoW in player base. And Final Fantasy's already getting up there, I think. So we already got 1 down. But we'll see what happens. But the thing is, as long as they got the nostalgia games like Classic and Wrath of the Lich King and TBC going, like, people always come back because it's part of their childhood. So they got that locked up. They got the millennials locked up. Some of Gen Z as well. So I think we went a little too far. I don't think there's any plague worms here. We're gonna go back to where that shaman was. Oh, wait. Go around this town. I wonder what Final Fantasy gives their player base. And the thing is, though, if the things change, Blizzard will start giving more. I've noticed that with if there's a lot more competitive MMOs, like competing with them, they kind of copy those MMOs based on what they're doing. Like Blizzard loves doing that. It's just they had a monopoly on the market for so long that they didn't really have to like, you know, try to keep their customers. Because New World, what I've noticed, New World gave out a free character transfer to all their player base. If they were on like a low pop server, they can just switch, which is awesome. It's such a nice thing to do. You know, because they messed up. They know they messed up on a couple things, and they want their players base to enjoy the game. They don't want to have to like, you know, pay for it themselves. And then Blizzard does it. Blizzard comes out, and a couple weeks later, like, yeah, anybody in TBC, I'll give you a free character transfer if you're on like a low pop server. And that's good. Happy they did that. So I think if Blizzard starts to see the changes being made in the genre, they'll probably just follow suit. Blizzard will probably always be a top MMO. I'm just a little salty that, you know, so many games I see these days just have like all these drops and free stuff, and They're always giving back to their community. Yeah. I don't know. Blizzard needs to shape up. That's all I know. It's not even Blizzard. It's Activision Blizzard. But one thing they are doing, they're listening to the fans. We got Classic. It's not all bad. I just wish they could do a little bit more. Like, honestly, I love the game. It's a great game. Come on. Another thing I wonder is, like, nah, it'll always have a community. Do you think people ever get bored of Classic? Year in, year out? 'Cause that's kind of what's going to be happening now. I don't think so. I think it's just going to become a part of, like, a person's, like, life. Maybe, I wouldn't say life. Like, it's a part of their, I don't know, routine, I guess. Like, every year you just check out the launch. That's always fun, and then after the launch is, like, kind of done, or the first, like, month, then you just chill out. Play other games. This is the funnest time to play Classic, that's for sure. Everyone's leveling up and having fun. The first day is really fun. You can even just play the first day and have a blast. You really don't even have to play much after that. You can just have a fun time the first day in the starting zone with a bunch of people. Fighting over mobs. Not everybody's fighting over mobs. Some people are like chilling. Alright, so let's get back. It took us a while to finish that. I didn't think it would take so long. But I think we're going to stay up here now. Don't really plan on leaving until we need to sell. Starting to get a lot of larval acid, which is nice. But yeah, we haven't had world first rag yet, or the season of mastery Ragnaros, I should say. A lot of interesting things coming up with that. I can't wait till when it starts going, so I can start talking about it. I'm kind of... I probably won't be participating in it. I don't think. But I'll be checking it out. I think eventually I'll do MC, if I ever level the mage up. That's just going to take some time. Be interesting to see how much of a challenge it is. I wonder if the raid feels like retail, like if there's players out there that have done Molten Core in Classic and actually like retail raided a little bit. I wonder if that raid kind of feels like a retail raid now with all the added mechanics. Maybe like a retail heroic raid. Because MC was always really easy. The only thing is there's this really punishing mechanics. As long as you take it slow and everybody's mana'd up and you're just taking on like each trash pack, each boss like one by one, and everyone's focused and not like, you know, blowing anybody up with a certain mechanic. That's one thing about Classic. The Classic WoW mechanics, like if you mess up once, you can like ruin the entire raid or the entire fight. But the mechanics aren't like really hard to do. They don't require much I don't want to say skill, but there's not like a really hard mechanic. You just got to run it. Like if you say you get the bomb on you for for Baron Geddon. You just have to run it out. Make sure you're not near anybody. It's pretty simple, but if you don't do that, you can just wipe the entire raid. Like, it's not very forgiving, Classic. And now there's 3 bombs. So it's gonna be wild. Like, you can't fight Baron Geddon in that little, like, nook anymore. Where everybody used to fight him. You have to actually bring him out into the guard room. So you can actually have, like, a big room to fight him in. Which is kind of cool. Interested to see how the Hardcore Guild deals with that. The Hardcore World First Raid, I can't wait for that. That's, like, the one thing I really want to watch. I wonder how long it's going to take him to get a 40-man going. Alright, so we're almost at Tyrion's little shack. We got him some meat, so he should be a happy fellow. Maybe he'll open up to us a little bit now. I wonder if he'll help us kill this dog. Sure will. I'm gonna be smacking that dog, dude. He's hitting for like 30%. Alright. You will grow to tolerate the taste, dwarf. May the light watch over you. Bless you, young one. Redemption. You have worked hard, friend. Rest your weary bones and allow me to properly introduce myself. What's he gonna do now? Oh, okay. I'm ready to hear your tale, Tyrion. I must apologize for not being entirely truthful with you in regards to my identity. I had to be certain that you could be trusted. Few people would have selflessly lent assistance to an old and forgotten hermit. You have proven yourself as one of those people, a person of integrity and honor. Thank you, Tyrion. What of your identity? My son, Talon, was only a child when I was found guilty of treason and banished from the Alliance to live a life of exile. I chose to remain here so that I could watch over him, to somehow ensure that he would grow up an honorable man. As I had hoped, he took my place as Lord of Ardenhold, but in a cruel twist of fate, joined the ranks of the Scarlet Crusade. He is now their High Lord, Dwarf. Wow. Indeed, the Scarlet Crusade are an aberration of the Order of the Silver Hand. You must believe me, Dwarf. Talon is a good man. He needs guidance. He needs to remember. Remember what it is to be noble and honorable. I know that in his heart, he knows what he does is wrong. Will you help him? Will you help him remember? I will, Tyrion. Alright, redemption. The Forge Ring redemption will be a difficult task. Are you prepared? Alright, so I guess we will do the task and I guess try to save his son from the Scarlet Crusade. We're going to call the episode here in Tyrion's shack. But as always, thanks for watching. Keep your heads up. Later.